Hiya guys, Kieran here, and this is my spoiler-free review of a film that I've heard everyone talking about for the past month, Crazy Rich Asians. Directed by John M. Chu and starring Constance Wu, Henry Golding, Michelle Yeoh and Gemma Chan, Crazy Rich Asians tells the story of Rachel Chu, a Chinese-American economics professor in New York, who agrees to travel to Singapore with her long-term boyfriend Nick for his best friend's wedding. Rachel quickly learns that Nick's family is extremely rich and they're basically royalty, so she's thrown into the spotlight where she needs to win over all of Nick's friends, family, and most importantly, his disapproving mother. So I just saw this today. I got out of the cinema a few hours ago, and even though I wouldn't usually go out and watch this kind of film at the cinema, I tend to watch rom-coms at home where no one can see me. This is one that I've been hearing a lot about. The reviews were obviously great, it made a shitload at the box office, and I was really interested to see what all the fuss was about, and after seeing this movie, I've got to admit that I completely understand why this film is getting so much love. Watching this film, I couldn't wipe the smile from my face. It's not a perfect movie, and we'll get into more detail and discuss that a little bit later, but it is a really fun film, and I had a really great time watching it. So as usual, I'll start by talking about what I liked, then I'll discuss some of the negatives before giving my overall thoughts and rating the movie. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the cast, because this is obviously a very different cast to the ones we're used to seeing, and it's a ridiculously talented group of actors. Constance Wu plays Rachel, and she's absolutely phenomenal in this movie. The character's this kind of fish out of water, and she plays that really well. You believe her as this woman that's just had a massive bomb dropped on her and needs to quickly adjust or lose something that she really loves. This is the first thing that I've seen Constance Wu in, but after this, I really hope that she gets more leading roles because she really was absolutely fantastic. Henry Golding is really good in this as well. He plays the boyfriend and he's really charming and really fun, and unlike a lot of guys in these kind of rom-coms, he just comes across as a really likeable and decent guy. So that was a refreshing change for this kind of romantic film. Crazy Rich Asians also has a pretty great supporting cast. Michelle Yeoh delivers a brilliant performance as Nick's stern, disapproving mum. Gemma Chan is really good. I love her in Humans, and she was a standout in here as well. And then finally, Awkwafina was probably the comedic standout of the film for me. I saw her in Ocean's 8 earlier this year, and I'm not gonna lie, there was nothing about her performance in that movie that really grabbed my attention, but she's really funny in this film. Most of the biggest laughs in my screening was when she was on the screen. The aspect of this film that worked for me the most was easily the relationship between Rachel and Nick. I believed in that relationship. I understood why the two characters would fall in love. The actors had great chemistry. It felt real, and because of all of that, I was able to sit back and enjoy the rest of the film without facing any real issues. Just because I was invested in that relationship and I wanted to see if these two characters and that core relationship would make it out of this situation in one piece. I was really surprised as well by how dramatic and touching this film is at times. I walked into this expecting your typical romantic comedy, and in a lot of ways that's what this movie is, but there are also a lot of serious, emotional and dramatic moments as well, especially when it comes to Michelle Yeoh's character and her backstory and the relationship that we see form between Rachel and Nick's mother. And I feel like the setting and the culture surrounding this story gave the film a chance to create these more dramatic moments, because we get these cultural differences between Rachel and Nick's family, which cause issues and conflicts within the story. So not only does the setting and the culture look really good on screen, it also impacts the story in some really important ways, and it allows the film to give us something unexpected and different from other movies in the romantic comedy genre. Now, obviously, I've got to talk about how rich these Asians really are, and I actually think the term crazy rich is a bit of an understatement. This film was so much fun to watch just to see what these characters got up to, whether they were driving insanely nice cars, exploring these extravagant houses, or partying in the middle of the ocean. This really is escapism in its greatest form, because we get to imagine what it would be like to live this kind of life and be thrust into this world just like Rachel is. And the film brilliantly shows these events through Rachel's eyes. We watch these things and they always seem a little bit strange and hard to believe, and that's exactly what Rachel is feeling at these moments elements as well, so that was a really cool touch. I was really impressed with John M. Chu's style as a director as well. A lot of romantic comedies feel sort of lazy in their direction. Most of the time it feels like the directors just put a camera in front of a few actors and hit record without taking the time to think about the look or the style of the film. But Chu directs this film with style, and he brings a fun visual look to the movie, which I really appreciated. I can't even remember the last time I watched a romantic comedy that looked and felt like the director really gave a crap about what he was making. Like I said in my intro, this film isn't perfect, and I did find that at multiple points throughout the film it did kind of fall into the trap of using familiar elements from the romantic comedy genre. There were things in here that we've seen a million times before, certain relationships between characters were familiar, but the film does have enough originality in its story and its setting that these just become minor issues. Overall, I had a really good time with Crazy Rich Asians. It's the perfect kind of fun, heartfelt and engaging movie, and it's just a great time at the cinema or in your living room or wherever you're watching it really. The characters are fun and relatable, the setting and culture brings a lot of originality to the genre. It's a really beautiful setting, the film looks fantastic, and even though there are some typical rom-com story points, I really did enjoy this movie, and I kind of loved this movie, which is why I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. And with my score comes the end of this review. Let me know what you thought of Crazy Rich Asians in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the like button, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss another episode. I'll be back soon with more reviews, but for now, thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.